Okay, I have 4:15. I'm going to call the meeting to order. Would you please rise and join me with the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Given that today is in fact September 11th and the 16th anniversary of the September 11th attack, I ask that you join me in a moment of silence to remember those who lost their lives that day and all that it did to change our country. Thank you. Roll call. Sam Martin? Here. Bob Freeman? Yep. And Rick Morgan is here. Open the meeting to public input prior to us starting the business photo. There will be another public input later on, but for those who are here from the public, anybody want to speak now?
Want to go now?
Yeah.
All right, well, we're here to talk about this year's Halloween event. It's a bit different from last year.
Okay.
This year on October 28th, it's going to be held at Constitution Park. It's
Okay.
going to be the Zombie Fest, but it's going to incorporate quite a bit.
Okay.
There's going to be a hayride and then a walk through the woods for kids. It's going to be called like a spooky walk, but not so spooky. You know, it's going to be age appropriate.
Okay.
But they'll get a hayride and then walk through the woods, which will be more of like a trick-or-treating kind of handout as they go through it with different characters from Disney movies.
Okay.
But there will also be vendors there, and there will also be a raffle going on, and this is also a partnership between the Ossipee Recreation Department and Ossipee Main Street.
Okay.
So there'll be a lot of moving pieces going there, and as far as, you know, numbers go for this, it's probably gonna be, we're estimating around like 250 people to 300 at the most may show up to this.
Okay. Just real quickly, the only thing in that, all of the description I heard was something about a raffle.
Yes.
In order for it to be legal, there does have to be a raffle permit.
It's right in that red folder.
Very good. So, other than that, good?
Good. Do you wanna talk about what's being offered for raffles, or?
Oh, there's too many.
No, that's fine.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
okay.
But it's an open cockpit biplane is one of them.
Okay.
So you can bring your kids. No.
Because
Not
that's
at
a-
the Constitution Park.
Yeah.
We're not bringing a plane.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, it should be a fun
Yeah.
afternoon. It will go from 1 until basically dusk.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
And we just want to make sure we have all our I's dotted and T's crossed, and if there's anything the board would like to see.
As long as it is a town-run program by the rec department, then our insurance covers it. And that's what we pay you for. So promote it,
Okay.
make it a success. Okay?
All right.
Thank you. Great. Great, thanks.
Can I also
Sure.
bring up our barbecue that's this coming Sunday
Okay.
from 1 to 3? It's free, everybody's invited, and I want to make sure you understand that you're all invited. And can
I've been going to make it for the last 4 years. My absence is not a statement. It's just that every single time you have it, I have worked. And I think I'm off Sunday. So if I am, I'll be there. Because I've never turned down a free meeting. So you can tell.
We need to borrow the chairs for people to sit in. Can we do that?
That's okay. As long, you coordinate that please through Craig, because he's the one that kind of oversees,
Do it through him?
please.
What do I do through him?
You just got to fill out the use of facilities form, and
I thought we did.
then I have to check the calendar then. Like if you already did it, then you're all set. So
Just make sure that they've not already loaned up somebody else. This is the main
Yeah, that's what
consideration.
I'm
Yeah.
making sure.
Okay?
I'll go check on that.
All right. Anything else under public input at this point?
Thank you.
If not, we'll start the red folder. We have the minutes of the Selectmen's meeting, which occurred on Monday, August 28th. I make a motion, we accept them as printed. All in favor? Bob was absent that day, so. We have a copy of the minutes from the Ossipee Economic Development Council, which are here in the folder for anybody to look at if they would like. We have the check voucher totals, payroll for week ending 9/9. This includes the wages, the payroll taxes, and the insurance benefits, $150,221.95. Accounts payable for week ending 9/2. Accounts payable was $131,638.48. We dispersed to the precincts $110,117.83, and to the school $57,796, for total accounts payable for week ending 9/2 of $299,552.31. So that the total we dispersed with payroll and accounts payable last week is $449,774.26. We further did accounts payable for the water and sewer department in the amount of $14,015.36. I make a motion we sign that. All in favor? Aye. These are, once again, and I only say this for the benefit of somebody who may be seeing this for the first time, these are the batch totals. We individually review each and every bill that comes in and initial it, and these are just put into the batches, and then we approve it as a whole. I guess. We have the schedule for the 2018 budget review. We will begin reviewing budgets on Monday, October 16th here. And the budget committee will begin reviewing budgets on Wednesday, October 25th. And there is a schedule. All of the department heads have been notified, I presume, already?
They're in the process of being notified.
Okay, and then
It's posted on the town's
it's
website.
be on the town's website, and a copy of the schedule is here if anybody would like to look at it. We have a petition and poll license. This is for them to install a public service telephone pole. This is on Polly's Crossing. Make a motion, we sign.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Aye. There are 3 copies of this. There's another, the second one on Polly's, another poll license for, also for Polly's Crossing. We're gonna make a motion we sign.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. This is a raffle permit application, and this was for the Main Street program, Ossipee Main Street, Pat Jones. It's for October 28th at Constitution Park. I make a motion we approve it.
Good.
All in favor?
Aye.
We have a letter to the trustee of trust funds from the Board of Selectmen regarding withdrawal of the bridge repair and the replacement expendable trust funds. Please issue a check to the town of Ossipee in the amount of $88,425 for reimbursement of the following expenses. And these were all on the Valley Road Bridge, correct?
Correct.
So it's the White Mountain Survey, Coleman Concrete, American Crane, Evans Brothers, and White Mountain Precast. Make a motion, we sign it. All in favor? Aye. We have a notice of intent to cut wood. This is map 265, lot 13. William and Alice Gentry are the owners. Brandon Valley is the logger. We posted a bond. I make a motion, we approve it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. This is on map 265, lot 23. Same owners, Mr. and Mrs. Gentry. Brandon Valley is the logger. This is posted a bond. I make a motion, we approve it.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Same owners, this is map 265, lot 24. Mr. and Mrs. Gentry, Brandon Valley is the logger. They posted a bond. I make a motion, we approve it.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. This is also a notice of intent to cut wood, map 272, lot 21. Jason Hadigan is the owner, Brandon Valley is the logger. Taxes have been paid. I make a motion, we approve it. All in favor? Aye. So notice of intent to cut wood. This is map 39, lot 1, map 41, lot 17, and map 209, lot 2. It's Stephen Eisenher, the owner. Larry Ballstridge is the logger.
Is it UNH property?
It's a land signed by a land use coordinator, Pine Hill Road. It is UNH property, which means that it's exempt from taxes. I make a motion, we approve it.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. So notice of intent to cut wood. This is map 268, lot 005. It's on Route 28. Peter McFarland is the owner. Arthur Wood is Jr. is the logger. The taxes have been paid. And make a motion, we approve it.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. We have a contract for use of facilities. Tammy McPherson wants to use 10 tables and 200 chairs for a wedding. They've paid a deposit, it's been okayed by Craig. Make a motion, we approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. These next two, we have two more. This one is for contract for use of facilities from a Suzanne Murphy, who lives in Effingham, wants to be able to borrow 3 tables and 10 chairs. With all due respect, I understand that this is something that we have allowed and opened for Ossipee residents. I'm going to make a motion that we deny the use for this because it is not a resident.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. And the same with this one. This is from a person in the town of Freedom who wants to use town hall tables and chairs.
And the kitchen. Table, chairs, and kitchen. You want to have it here. Checking $60.
And I'm gonna make a motion that we deny it.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Can we make sure that Craig gets back to both of those individuals to let them know that they're not gonna be able to use our facilities so that they can make other arrangements? There's a copy of a letter, which is here in the folder. It's a letter that was received by the town of Ossipee from Environmental Services regarding maintenance work that we have been doing right along at the boat launch at White Pond down in Granite. DES notified us that they want us to do permits, et cetera. Brad, you can fill in the blanks, but this is Brad's response back to them, which I thought was well worded and a little terse, but you're much more tame than I would have been. But long story short, this boat ramp is the responsibility of the New Hampshire Fish and Game. It is at the very end of our Class 5 town-maintained road. There is a small drainage ditch there, which we have repaired over the years when it needed to be repaired. And therefore, it kept the boat launch passable. Now, all of a sudden, DES seems to have a problem with that. Am I missing something, Brad?
No, that's the bulk of it right there. Like I said, in that letter there, I addressed that, we had a meeting last fall with Steve McConerty, myself, was a resident from down there, and Garrett Grasscamp, I think was his name, from Fish and Game. And he pretty much came right out and said that Fish and Game has no funds and has basically no intent on doing any maintenance on that boat launch at all, which obviously falls on to us, because it's pretty much our residents that like to go in and out of the pond. So it's, since I've been here, Billy can answer before that, I'm sure that we've been maintaining it, right along for years and years here. So so we just assume that that's the way to operate there and stuff. And then all of a sudden we get this letter from DES. I don't know where it came from, if somebody complained we were in there or what, but so I responded back to it, just explaining that these things are already in place here. We didn't create a new drainage ditch like their letter insinuated, that we built a new drainage ditch there and stuff. So I just wanted to make them understand that that was always there and had been being maintained, in the past. So.
So they want you to submit an after-the-fact wetlands permit application.
Right.
I make a motion that we file no such application.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye, yes.
Aye. And let them do what they will. If they want to turn around and take the town of Ossipee to court for maintaining a piece of property that the state of New Hampshire is supposed to be maintaining, they'll look like more foolish than what they normally do. So,
Would you like me to notify them that we won't be filling it out?
absolutely.
Okay.
And let them see what they want to do about it.
Okay.
Here in the folder is a copy of the MS 535, which we signed individually outside of the meeting. Part of the financial report for the town. It's here for anybody to look at if they would like. Sam, you have not signed it. This is a request for abatement. This is on map 31, lot 50. The original assessment was $377,900. Revised assessment is $340,000 even, for a difference of $37,900, which would result in a refund or abatement of $753.46. All right, now I'm confused.
So this is
Same.
an appeal with the Board of Tax and Land Appeals.
Okay.
The assessor and the taxpayer have come to an agreement based on an appraisal that was submitted and a real estate sales analysis.
Okay.
I believe the settlement amounts were within $4,000 or $5,000 of each other, and the way that Todd Haywood, the assessor, explained it to me, we're at about 95% to value with the look into the preliminary equalization study, so he said it's within that limitation, and therefore
Okay.
he suggested settling this way instead of going to the Board of Tax and Land Appeals.
Okay, does that make sense to everybody? I make a motion, with that explanation, I make a motion, we approve it. All in favor? Aye. This is dated August 31st, 2017. It's from the State of New Hampshire Department of Revenue Administration, and it's regarding the 2016 cyclical data. As part of the department's duty under RSA 21J11(2) and forwarding the final results of the monitoring activity of the cyclical inspections, enclosed, please find the PA 4546 monitoring report. Note only property record cards with points have been included. The monitor report was sent to Granite Hill Municipal Services for their review on 8/4. And this is just basically double checking our assessments, correct?
Yeah, when they go out and they reevaluate the listing data on the assessment cards, they take a quarter of the town each year in between the revaluation. They
Yep.
just randomly pick properties that have been verified and make sure that they fall within the correct checkpoints.
And if I read this correctly, it was all fine.
Correct.
Good. It's here in the folder if anybody would like to look at it. We have the Highway Department work log for 8/27 to 9/2. It's here if anybody would like to look at it. We have a harvesting report, and this is from AB Aquatics. It's in regards to our efforts on milfoil control in Ossipee Lake. We did 10 days of harvesting in the month of August, and the crew removed 2,642 gallons of milfoil from certain zones. The full report is here. Just again, a part of our ongoing effort to control. We will never get rid of it, but continue to control the milfoil problem in Ossipee Lake. We had a response from our dog officer regarding complaint that was leveled at last week's meeting by Mr. Knight about his neighbor. Is not, long story short, it does not appear that Mr. Knight has made several complaints as he had alleged here in the meeting.
Call you back.
Dog officer is aware of it.
I'm sorry.
We have a copy of a check from Northeast Recovery. We received $674.28. It was for scrap metal recycling. Alan, can you explain the business magazine request?
Okay, so that is our franchise agreement with Time Warner Cable, or Spectrum Charter Communications, what it is now known as. Our franchise agreement expired August 17th.
Yep.
We're working with DTC lawyers to renegotiate a new franchise agreement with them. What she's recommending is that we file an extension for 1 year, which will keep things on a status quo basis until we're able to negotiate the new contract. She said that this will enable her the time to be able to do the research that she needs. Whether or not they're going to accept it, the contract will actually continue beyond its expiration date or until it's rescinded by either party. So this has just started this is a continuation of the process of the negotiation.
Okay, makes sense. Anybody have any questions? I make a motion that we sign the 1-year extension on our franchise agreement and continue to negotiate a better deal when it comes to cable services in the town of Ossipee.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. There are 4
copies.
copies. We have the recycling center cash log, which shows we collected $6,804.10 in the month of August. We have the highway department work log for 9/3 to 9/9. The, still got on the table the planning board's discussion about cleaning up the Morse pit. That still is not resolved.
They didn't bring enough in.
It did. The problem is, Connie will have to go over it with you, but that's a fairly complex issue. The town does not own the Morse pit. People that own the Morse pit are already under a court order to reclaim it, and they have not done so. There's, in my mind, and what I finally convinced the planning board the other night was, the answer is not to do a partial cleanup, which is all that the funds would allow that they've got in escrow. The answer, if the owners of the pit are required to do a cleanup, which they haven't, a reclamation which they haven't done, is for the town attorney to take them back to court to compel them to do it, not to do it part way. So, it's still in progress anyway. So just a copy of a letter that was sent to the police chief from Lindsay Lord from Kindness Animal Hospital, and praising Officer Jason Baker for pulling in and checking to see who she was in the middle of the night when she went to her business, and she was very thankful that he did. We have a notice of decision from the planning board. This is on case number 17-6-SPR, and it was Hobbs Tavern. It was a site plan review to hold outdoor events ranging from a beer festival, food festivals, car show, barbecue competition, and outdoor games. That was granted by the planning board, and there are 30 days for anybody to appeal who may want to. A notice of decision. This is on case number 17-5-SPR, Ossipee Self-Storage. Was granted final approval for site plan review at 9 Route 28. It's here in the folder if anybody would like to look at it. We have a letter to the Board of Selectmen. It says, "Dear sirs, I would like to thank the road crew for the excellent job they did grading and improving Cassie Grove Road. We are full-time residents, not many are, and really appreciate they getting rid of our holes and spraying our road. Thank you." And this is from the Hubbards. Pretty happy. As Pat mentioned a few minutes ago, there's an Ossipee Main Street end of summer barbecue, August 17th, 1 to 3 at 15 Moultonville Road. It's open, it's free, and you can, this will be posted, I presume, out here in the hallway, Ellen?
Sure.
Please. And that concludes the red folder. We do have under water and sewer, a warrant for the tax collector to collect $40. I make a motion, we sign it.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. There's a second water and sewer warrant to collect $75. I make a motion, we sign it.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. And there is a third warrant to instructing our tax collectors, water and sewer again, to collect $4,290. I make a motion, we sign it.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. We have the State of New Hampshire Department of Environmental Services Water System Leak Detection Survey Report. How'd that end up going, Bo?
We found one leak.
Is that the one that you now think was pretty good size?
Yeah, yeah.
I was talking with Brad, and he thinks that may be as much as 65,000 gallons a day.
It could be, but we found another one before he showed up too.
Okay.
So, but I do have some papers to show you after if you want to see them.
Sure.
Can you see through it?
A little bit.
A little bit?
Where'd that come from?
That's down on 16. That's what's under 16. Okay? Okay, so, and I got it pretty much isolated. I put a curb stop on the other side of 16 and shut it off there and turned on to try to find out exactly where the leak was, because it runs from the corner of 16 and 16B up under 16 over to the old Pine River Road to Pine River Road. Okay, so it's
300 and something feet.
380, about 380 feet. I got some prices on repairing it. That's actually what that call was right there, was someone else trying to give me a price for the directional drilling, because we gotta do directional under 16,
Yep.
and I'd like to put a 4-inch line underneath there, then I can run a 2-inch through it, so it'll be sleeved. And in the future, if you ever wanted to, you could actually make it a 4-inch down the road. Right now, I have everything shut off. I have that whole section shut off, because that's a loop system. It goes up 16, crosses by White Mountain Survey,
Yep.
goes under Arrowhead, makes a loop in there, then goes down Pine River Road, and connects back up to Route 16. So I have that section from Pine River Road to 16 shut off right now to get rid of the loop, and that's what's stopping up the water.
What is the necessity of having a loop?
Keeps the water moving, for one thing, so it doesn't get stagnant. And they all should have loops, and what you don't. The dead ends, see, that's the problem, like with our freeze-ups and stuff.
Yeah.
With the dead ends.
Okay.
Yeah, you want to keep the water, this one, this is, the top one is where Jim found that leak on Folsom.
The yellow?
At Huckins, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. This is where he found, and see, this is all by month, this is
Yeah.
what I have to record. And, this is what happened since we got this leak. You can see in September how the pumps are running every other day now. That's a big difference.
I get it.
And when they do run, they run an hour less than they normally do. They've been running about 6.5 hours, and we're down to just over 5 hours a day. And you figure them with two 10-horsepower motors,
Yep.
it's a lot of money.
Yep.
3 million?
Yeah. So,
Wow.
Good.
There's a big difference in these numbers.
oh, yeah, yeah, and the person I just talked to, I think he's gonna come in a little bit higher than that lowest number. Yeah, I'm talking to him on the phone. Yeah, yeah, but this is what's under 16, and break out the Pine River Road. That's why we have a problem. I get calls of dirty water and stuff, and this is why.
Yeah.
So this is some of that galvanized that we still have in town that I'm trying to get rid of.
All right, so what you handed us for prices though is only to install the 150 feet.
The whole thing,
The whole thing.
the whole thing. I know, I kind of worded it
Okay,
funny for you.
all right,
If you
okay.
read it straight through it, you might understand it.
All right. And do you have the money within your current budget to do this?
Mike, yeah, I think I do. I should have it. I'll take it out of my system maintenance.
It looked like there was enough
System
maintenance line out
maintenance,
of.
I should be able to, yes. Yeah, because we can get out of this fairly reasonable, because once I figured it all out, and I can use the temporary line that we're doing at the mill pond, because we have to run a temporary line while we're doing a new line. And after we pull that, I can just use that line again, because it's made so you can cut it and heat it and glue it together, basically. So I can reuse that, so we don't have to buy no new line. We won't have to really invest much besides, well, what I have down there.
Okay. All right. So we received three prices to do the underwater, under Route 16
Yeah.
directional drilling.
Directional drilling, yeah,
Install in a 150-foot 4-inch sleeve,
yes.
and then use the temporary, you can reuse the temporary 2-inch water line that you're using right now down
Yeah.
there.
Yep,
For DBU construction, come in at $55 a foot, or $8,250. HDD at $50 a foot, which come in at $7,500. And Northeast directional at $30.90 a foot, for $4,635. Have you worked with Northeast directional before?
I haven't, but I went online and they get good reviews, and he was actually working when I talked to him today.
Okay.
I worked with DBU before, but, you know, they shouldn't have any problem down here. I assume that'd be all sand.
Yeah.
If you're losing that amount of water and it's not coming to the surface, it's obviously sand and
Yeah.
it's dropping. Should be easy drilling for them. That's 16 feet deep, only 16.
Yeah.
We along the line located at 16 feet deep
Okay.
and down here.
All right. Anybody any questions on that?
No, that's just a big difference.
That's a big difference. I'm making, and that there's no reason not to go to the northeast directional at $30.90 a foot for a total of $46.35. Amend the motion.
Second.
Any discussion?
Nope.
All in favor?
Aye.
Very good.
Yeah, I have more.
Go ahead.
I met with Jake Dawson's excavation today up by the mill pond. We're gonna be starting that Monday,
Okay.
next Monday. I'd like to start draining the mill pond Friday. And we sent letters out to all the land, the land around the pond and to the people that's affecting on the mountain road of the work we're doing. I know I was gonna try to get the pond filled back up, you know, towards the end of the week, but I think we're gonna be down at least a week. It's just what it is, but I've already gone through Caitlin for Big Dan Hall.
Yep.
And it'll actually work out all right, because about time that we get done with the project and need to fill the pond up, she's gonna be draining Big Dan Hall.
Yep.
So everything is coming pretty good, and I'll be in touch with you on your fire. Yep.
And do we know when they're coming back to do the rest of the leak detection? Is that still?
That's it.
That's it?
No, yeah, that's it for them.
Okay.
But now I'm gonna try to go through Granite State once they get through their meetings that they have right now and have them do some more for me. They'll do it. And I put in for next year for leak detection again. And as far as I know, we'll probably get it, you know,
Okay.
because I got a letter from the state, so I'm hoping we should. And I'll put it on the whole system. It doesn't hurt to do it every year.
No.
You know,
No,
so why
no,
not?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Good work.
Tomorrow, I had the camera crew coming in to
Yep.
do the sewer lines. I got 3 days of sewer lines we're gonna be videotaping, so we're gonna start right just above the fire stations. I wanna start there, get down to Folsom, then do 16B in Hutton Street, as much as we can get for 3 days.
Yep.
So I'm starting that tomorrow.
And that's the one where they can also do some repair while they're in there.
Yes,
correct?
yeah, if they find something, they can fix it for us, so it'd be nice if we get uptown too.
Yeah.
We'll see,
As much as we can.
as much as we can.
Yep. And it's something to keep in mind as well, if that is successful, you know, make sure that I mean, we're going into budget season now, make sure we keep that in mind for next year.
For the rest of it, exactly.
The other thing I mentioned to Brad briefly today, and I'll bring it up again here today, I really want us to begin to think about and get reduced to writing a very aggressive water testing policy. And I do not want to go by just the state standards. I want to exceed them. I learned a long time ago when I was chief, the more you exceed the standards, the better your legal protection is, one. And morally, with the issues of lead and other potential contaminants on any public water supply, I want to be doing more than what we are required. Which means, simply put, if they require, 10 sites once a year, I want to do 20 sites twice a year. And whatever the associated cost is with that, I'm okay with that. Then that's something I think we need to think about and build into the budget. So whatever it is the state requires us to do, I want to do more than that.
On like lead and copper is like the main one.
Yep, yep.
I mean, we test for chemicals and chlorine, and
Yeah.
we have a lot of testing. I think lead and copper would be a main one.
And I would agree with that.
And we have to ask the public help when we do it,
Yeah.
because they have to take our samples
Yeah.
for us too.
And that's okay.
Yeah,
But what I'm saying is, I want, going into the budget season, I
Yeah.
want you to be thinking about it. I've mentioned it to Brad. I want us to be engaged in it. Whatever it is that we currently do, I
Yeah.
want to do more.
yeah.
And with that, I know there will be some associated costs, I just wanna make sure that that makes its way into the budget. So,
Yeah, the flooding conference was like every, I don't remember off the top of my head, but it's years apart. So I mean, we could do it once a year if you want,
Whatever the state requires, I
just
wanna do a
cut it in
lot.
half or a lot more.
I'm not at all impressed with,
Okay, all right, I'll figure it out.
okay? I wanna do more. I wanna make sure that that we're never on
Right,
Channel 9 with somebody sticking a microphone in your face and my face saying, why didn't you do this and why didn't you do that?
Yeah.
I seriously wanna do a whole lot more on the water testing,
I
side.
did PFOA testing, which wasn't required.
No.
And I did that this year, which we were clear, because we don't have any plastic plants around.
Getting samples, I'll be glad to help.
Yeah, because we'll go through you too. Yeah, I'll use my same, I actually adjusted the list to what I felt better that has children in the homes compared to, I've adjusted the list and we'll go off that.
Yeah. 'Cause it always drives me crazy when they talk about acceptable levels of lead. There's no such thing, truly,
He
there's
was
no
pure.
such thing.
I mean, look what happened to Rick with the lead.
Okay. Anything else, Bill?
I think that's about it for now. The meters,
26.
26, New England Backflow is gonna come in, and they're gonna be doing something like 2-inch meters to get us started.
Yep.
All right? Then I gotta read meters at the end of the month. I'm working on it, trying to figure out just how this is gonna work out for me.
Can you send out some notifications or just email them to me so I can have Sam put them on the website? Even like the mill pond lowering, that
All right,
notice.
milk on Friday.
Yeah, you have this
I know
one.
I've already
I need-
mailed,
I need
I've
some
mailed out
wording.
stuff.
Just email it to me.
Okay,
Yes, we'll put it up as a red alert on the website.
Okay,
so
all right.
anybody
And the
that ignores
meters-
their mailing.
there's only certain people that are being affected with the meters because we've sent them letters and they had to contact New England Backflow and set up appointments, so, but, all right.
We get people that subscribe on the website to notices. So when
Yeah.
that goes up, they get that automatically.
Ellen, anything new on that FEMA letter we got?
I have called multiple times. I actually called twice last week to all the contacts that are listed in that letter, and I have not received a single phone call back.
I think it's a phantom letter.
No, I saw in the paper, some other one of the towns was also discussing it. Why? Does anybody know? Because we're not listed in the towns on the back. I mean, I don't know what we have to do with the Winnipesaukee watershed. Okay, well,
The only thing that I can think of is it was sent to all the communities within the Carroll County or whatever that regional.
yeah, but the thing that concerned me was the cover letter said that during their discussion turned to our flooding issues.
Right.
Well, I still don't understand what our flooding issues would have to do with Winnipesaukee, but I realize I don't have a degree in hydrology and I don't work in concrete. Anything new on 28 and 171? We're kind of in a hole pattern on that now.
Yeah, nothing new on that.
How about the sign?
The sign, gotta get the order all going together. We have the size you want, 2 foot by 4 foot, what it's gonna say on it. We've done the purchase order with the prison down there for do our signs, and we're also gonna finish up all our ones on Route 16 too. We're at that list all ready to go. We'll probably put that order in tomorrow, so I'd say we should see it in a couple of weeks.
All right, I really would like that. Is there a quicker way to get that sign done?
I'll ask them. They can, well, we went to, I can check with the local, I can check with Sign One, somebody like that too, to see if they can do it quicker or not.
I would rather, I don't know if you could, I'd rather get that sign up.
So-
And if it costs us a little bit extra, quite frankly,
Okay.
I don't care. I'd like to see that one up.
Yeah.
More bit information, we talked
Don't
about that.
ask. Don't ask.
The town beach, we are getting our instruction in what is required to do a special town meeting. And one of the things that has to happen is we have to have a vote in a public meeting of our intent to seek court permission for a special town meeting. And that, once we do this vote, it has to be posted for 10 days in 2 locations and I believe, and published in the newspaper of our intent
to seek permission for a special town meeting. So I make a motion that we seek a special town meeting from the Carroll County Superior Court to be held sometime in the month of November in order for the townspeople to consider the purchase of a town beach on Ossipee Lake.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So that notice will get posted today, or actually tomorrow, and then that has to be posted for 10 days, at which point the attorney has the papers all drawn up, but then he can submit the request. And it also kicks in a bunch of other dates on the budget committee being involved and public hearings and all of that. So that was a bit of a formality, but a necessary formality, because the last thing we want is for, after all this effort, is to have it somehow disallowed, so.
Mr. Chairman, I didn't hear Selectman Martin's vote.
I did say yes.
Oh, I didn't.
Sorry, my head was down.
Okay. But it was three, it was all in favor, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Secondary public input. Anybody have anything? How's the library?
I have something.
Sure.
The knit crochet group at the library has been making scarves for people who might need them for the winter. And we were wondering if we could hang them on the railings at here at the town hall for people to take. Could be kids who are using the ice rink or adults who might need a scarf or something.
Yeah, I don't have any opposition to it. Or there might be a place in the selectmen's office or in the tax collector's office as well that they could be distributed.
Some people don't want to come in.
No, that's fine.
That's a,
Fine with that.
Hang them outside.
Yeah.
Okay? All right.
That's fine with me.
Great.
And
Thank you.
anybody that sees a scarf over the railing out front,
They can have it.
they're free to take it.
Yes, and we'll put up a sign or something,
Okay.
if that's okay.
No, that's fine.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Everything else at the library good?
Yes. We got our window repaired,
Good.
so we're all set.
Good. We do have a need for a very short non-public, and this is under 91A:32A, and it's on a personnel matter. Pull the board, Sam? Yes. Bob?
Yes.
And Rick Morgan, yes. We will be back very short.
We need to sign up, I don't know if you know, we did some more work to it. We're still waiting on the brackets to hold the letters. But that's, the sign's pretty much done. We threw some bark mulch in it, it was kind of looking rough. We got some pumpkins we threw in it. Just,
You tried the pumpkins down?
probably should have.
Especially if they say that like you did when you were their age, you heathen.
You heathen.
We'll be right back.
Wow.
oh, everybody left us.
They did.
And I'm glad you take that for us, so it's going to work with me, because sometimes I sit there and it's.
Okay, I'm going to reconvene the public meeting. We did just have a non-public session under 91A:32A personnel matter, and I do make a motion that we seal the minutes of that meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Ed, anything for us this week? Okay. Anything else to come before the meeting? I make a motion we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Aye. Thank you.
You want to keep it moving on, Sam's got to get back to work.